guys, this is my Comic-Con wrap-up video, I guess. I didn't get to record as much footage from the con as I wanted, mainly because it was really loud and crowded, more so than usual this year, so there wasn't a lot of space for me to do stuff. I was able to get a funny bit in, but that was about it, and, you know, you'll see that in the video that's coming after this, but I'm going to show you all the stuff I did at Comic-Con this year. So, for starters, I got a few autographs. One of them I didn't expect to be getting. The first one is I got an autograph from Colin Baker, which is, he's the 6th Doctor, obviously, and I have that hanging up over there where that Dalek picture used to be. I'm going to zoom in on it right now. See, it's, you know, right there, and, yeah. So, that was it, and I did pick up a few, cool things. I'll go with the second autograph after I talk about this, because that's a story behind it. I got, I gave into the madness, and I got a Cybermat. I was at the Doctor Who store booth, where I got the autograph from Colin Baker, and I was like, do I want the Cybermat? And I'm talking to my cousin, I'm like, do I want it? And he's like, if you want it, get it. And I'm like, I want it. I got a Cybermat. Come on. Impulse buying is what you do at Comic-Con. Don't judge me. And I also, I realized that my eyes cannot, you know, live in the Insano goggles all day, because it just starts to impair my vision so much. I bump into shit. It's fun getting recognized by people. I got recognized by four people. 3 people were like, nice Insano costume, or hey Dr. Insano, stuff like that. And then one of them was an angry video game nerd cosplayer who didn't notice me at first, but you know, I just went like, give me a second, let me get the goggles. Oh, this is gonna hurt my eyes so much. Oh God. I was like, Ned, and he turned around and he was like, you're with that critic guy, right? He's an asshole. And then I couldn't stay in character after that. I was just like, I started laughing, and that was interesting. And then okay, so. Right, goggles. So, where should I start talking about it? I got these. Got the first steampunk goggles. You know, I pass the steampunk goggle booth like every year, and I'm like, I want one, but I don't know what type I want. This year I had my brother around to say, oh yeah, get these, because they look better. You know, I like these. And upside, as I was walking out of Comic-Con and I had to walk to the car, a huge windstorm happened, and I didn't have these goggles, but I had my Insano goggles in my pocket, and so as I'm getting pelted with, like, dust and stuff, I pull the goggles up and I'm like, whoosh. I'm like, oh yeah, this is nice. I mean, it was dark, and it probably wasn't the best choice, but I didn't get more dust in my eye. So, yeah, it was exhilarating and honestly exhausting. I mean, my head, Hello, I am Dr. Insano, and I will take over this beauty convention center. Yeah. And then the world. And quite possibly the McDonald's a few blocks away, depending on how I'm feeling at lunchtime. I told you I'd do it. Well, you want to, like, go around the whole perimeter first? Alright, going into my class.
Where are we walking to, guys? Oh, here. We need those. Alright.
We just gotta finish up this part. Comic-Con is exhausting.
This is what the end of the day looks like. Well, midday, but still.
And more convention.
Okay, so, story time. Gather around, listen to a story. Okay, so, I got to Comic-Con with my dad, my brother, my uncle, my cousin, and this year my cousin's friend came. So, I was Dr. Insano, and my cousin was wearing a Next Generation Sciences uniform, and my cousin's friend was wearing a Luigi costume. So obviously, you know, he was high-fiving all the Marios and stuff. You know, 'cause it's easy to be in character as Luigi because, you know, Luigi. So, you know, he did that, and so we were separated from my dad, my uncle, and my brother because my brother went to go hang out with people, and my dad and my uncle went to go wait for the Walking Dead panel. When they got there, it was full. And when I didn't have, my phone was dead, and we didn't have good cell service, so we didn't know where everybody was at the time. And we were planning on meeting up at the Walking Dead panel. So as we're walking, we pass a booth, and there's this guy talking on a microphone. We're not paying attention because we're like walking past to get to the Walking Dead panel. And so the guy calls my cousin's friend over and goes, "Hey, Luigi," and he walks over, and I turn to look at, and you know, goes up, shakes the guy's hand, and I turn to look at the guy, and I'm like, as I hear the guy talk, the gears in my head are turning, and I'm like, why does this guy look and sound really familiar? Like, who is this guy? And so, in the next few seconds, my brain clicked it, and my hands were like, and I turned to my cousin. I'm like, "Do you know who your friend is talking to?" He was like, "No, who?" And I'm like, "He's talking to Rob Paulson." And my cousin was like, "Who?" You know, Animaniacs, Yakko, you know, and I'm like, holy fucking shit. I was like, holy fucking shit. He was talking to Rob Paulson. And I didn't even notice, and if I knew he was going to be there, I totally would have been there earlier. And so, you know, we stayed the entire time, because, you know, it's Rob Paulson. I want to, you know, Rob Paulson's fucking awesome. So, I'm listening. And, he stopped, and at the end he says that he'd do pictures and autographs for free. So I'm like, fuck yeah. I didn't have anything for him to sign. So, I got him to sign my Comic-Con badge, because if I knew he was going to be there, I would have, you know, at least had a blank piece of paper. But, yeah, so, my Comic-Con badge from this year is now more valuable because it was signed by Rob Paulson. So, okay. So, that was amazing. And, you know, got a picture. Hopefully by the time this goes up, I'll have picture and video of that. Problem is, my cousin took it, so I have to wait for him to get home and upload it to his computer to send it over to me. So I don't have it as I'm recording, but I should have it by the time I put the video together. So, yeah. So it was like, holy shit. And I was like, dude, you voiced like my entire childhood, because he's been doing stuff for like 30 years. So he pretty much voiced a lot of people's childhood, you know? And he's voicing a whole new generation of childhood, because he's in the new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles show too. So it's from TMNT to TMNT. He was voicing childhood for 30 years. It was amazing. And I mentioned the video he did with Doug Walker, the demo Real Annoys Rob Paulson video. Curious to see if you remember doing it. And he did, and he said Doug was a cool guy. And I was like, whoa, it's Rob Paulson. I shook hands with Rob Paulson. And I also shook hands with Colin Baker, but it was like, Rob Paulson, I didn't know he was going to be there. I knew Colin Baker was going to be there. I expected to get Colin Baker's autograph, but I was like, holy shit. I think my cousin has video of me freaking out at that moment, so I should have at least audio of me freaking out while he has the camera pointed at Rob Paulson. So you'll probably be able to see that. And also picked up a few other things. Besides the Cyberman stuff, I got a Pokemon X and Y poster. My cousin got a 2DS and X and Y. I just, I don't know if I want the game exactly yet, but I did get a poster to. So yeah, overall, New York Comic Con 2013 was probably the best. I mean, the first year kind of an experiment because I had never gone to a convention before, and it was interesting. I didn't do everything I wanted to do. I mean, I got some cool stuff. I mean, I don't even remember what I got. Oh, no, wait. Yes, I do. Sorry, my brain's a bit up. This is I got the first year I went. And, last year I got, this, a comic book where I don't remember where I put it. Yeah, but overall, it was awesome, and, yeah, apologies if, the third week of, Halloween in the Lair is teensy bit late, or, it doesn't look like the best out of the month, because, I don't have the foresight to do a video beforehand, but, whatever. See you guys later.